Hello, hello. Okay, so I am gonna chat with you guys while I am getting things set up because I can't leave you hanging like that, right? I have got to, I've got a couple of things that I need to set up still before I can like really get off and going. But I figure we can chat. Hey Rose. Sorry if I missed anybody's comments before when I was on here. Literally I couldn't see anything at the beginning, so there's that. What I'm gonna do is basically just pop in a few things into the description. Hang tight 1 second. Because I want to, we're going to use a couple different things, but we'll see. I don't know. And I'll be able to kind of edit a couple things once we get going. Oh, of course, Rose. I love you to pieces. You know I do. Hi Trudy, hey Dee, hey Sandy, hey Louisana, hey Georgia, hey Lisa, hey Jen. Oh, Jen, you should let me know when you get the card. I did mail it, so if you get it, just let me know. Or when you get it, I should say. It should be there soon, hopefully. I think I sent it on Monday, so it took me a couple days to get it out, but theoretically it should be there anytime now. I am feeling slightly better. I don't feel as bad as I did, so that's definitely good. Because man, I was struggling. I think I definitely sound better than I did on Monday. So hopefully things are moving in the right direction and that continues to improve, because man, it has been a rough few days. Last night was the first night that I actually felt like I got any sleep. So I'm pretty excited about that. Because it's rough when you can't sleep, especially when you've got little kids. I greeted, oh gas, bot shot me down already. Oh no. That's so funny. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't miss me. Hi Deborah. Hi Ada. My goodness. Okay, so you guys, I updated the description. There's at least some stuff in there that we might be using. I wanted to show you guys, I did like a slight bit more experimentation after our live on Monday. And I tried one of your guys' suggestions. So on Monday night, if you weren't here, what we were working with is we were practicing with the sticky embossing powder from Ranger, and seeing kind of like what was the best method for getting it to stick and just overall use of it with a heat transfer foil. So I'm excited to announce that I did find a way that worked a bit better than what we were doing before. So for reference, I will show you guys. I'm just cutting some foil right now. Here is the one that I did after we were live. Check that out. So I thought that was pretty cool. It looks a lot better than what the results we were getting before, so I'm pretty excited with that. And I also saw a tip. I haven't been able to catch many of Christopher's lives lately because I've been sick and just we're getting crazy busy with preparing to move. We're like working on, we gotta do all the home inspection stuff and all of that. So things are getting a little hectic around here. But yes. Oh, I think I cut that wrong. Oh well. We will make it work. Yes, the pixie spray. That's what I was gonna say. I have the pixie spray. And I will show you guys Christopher's little hack that he showed in the video, because I used it to do some reverse foiling and all of that. So I used my negative space to put it on here. But anyway, you can use the pixie spray to foil, which is amazing. So what I'm gonna do, hey Amanda, is I am going to move this paper trimmer out of the way. I'm hopefully going to use up some of the scraps that I have on my desk because there's a whole lot of stuff over here. And then I have also been sort of destroying my, I guess I do need the paper trimmer again. I've kind of been destroying my dauber, my little dauber here, my embossing dauber. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about that yet, but I'm going to have to figure something out because I've been treating it pretty poorly. Where is the place you're trying to get on the beach closer to Mom? What part? We're actually going to move to Chesapeake. So it's really not, we live fairly close to, Chesapeake as it is. So we're gonna move out that way. See, this leaves all this residue behind. I need a new blade for this paper trimmer, but I've just been too lazy to do anything about it. Did it peel off like a stencil does? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, it's still sticky. So I don't know. I sprayed this last night, you guys. I should probably clean this real quick. I didn't clean up at all, obviously. So let's see. There's still a bunch of gunk on it, but I'm not sure if that's because I had used embossing ink on it previously and I didn't clean it. And so it also has paint on it, so don't be alarmed. That's not the pixie spray. This is because I was gel printing with it. I got the new my gosh, you guys, my brain. I still have sick brain, even if I sound a little better. I got the new gel printing plates. Well, they're not new, but they're new to me. I got the gel printing plates from Ranger. So the Diane Reevely and Dina Wakely team up of those. And so I was experimenting with that because I have another post coming up for Ranger lately. Ask if the flocking will peel off the chipboard. Oh, I don't know. I don't have any flock yet, but I need to get some. So this that I'm using, you guys, is just a paper towel and water, and it's cleaning up, it's cleaning off like embossing ink, pixie spray, and paint in one go. So, I mean, it takes a little bit of scrubbing because I have the paint dried on here, but I mean, it does come off. I'm not really worried about the paint coming off right now. I just want to get all of the sticky residue off of it. So like, as long as all of that comes off right now, I'm not really worried about it. What I think I might do though is, this needs to get washed anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. And my sweet friend Dawn sent me some extra of the squeaky clean because my poor bottle was like out. You can see there's like, well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like nothing in the bottom of this one. So I've been trying to like use the last little bits of it, but I can't even spray it really. But she sent me some more of the rose scented stuff. And I'm so excited because I love the way it smells. But yeah, anyway, so, oh, look at that. Look with the squeaky clean, it comes right off. Even the paint. That's awesome. But yeah, I was being lazy last night and I didn't clean it up. But anyway, so Dawn sent me, she's so sweet, she sent me some replacement squeaky clean. And I'm forever thankful because it's just, I like the smell so much. I like the loose flocking from years ago. Uh-oh, you're buffering. Hopefully it's not buffering for everybody. It looks okay on my end, so if you guys are having trouble, just make sure you let me know. We'll see if there's anything I can do about it. And sorry that we are literally cleaning right now, but I just figured I should have done this beforehand. But that way you guys can kind of see what it's like. And maybe we can do some gel press printing or gel plate printing in a little bit too. We can get our stuff messy again. And you wouldn't have this problem, you guys, if you actually were a responsible crafter, unlike myself. Because if you cleaned up like a normal person after you were finished crafting, then you wouldn't have caked on everything. But yeah. Asked my daughter to fill my distress sprayer and she, no, oh no, Rose, that's the worst. That's awful. Oh my gosh, Deborah, you got a gel press? That's so cool. I love it. I have two different kinds. Now I have the ones from Ranger and I have the gel press brand ones. Well, one, I only have one from gel press. But anyway, I don't think it's like sticky on the back at all. But I mean, it cleaned up pretty nice. You guys saw how black it was. That's pretty good. And now this one just has embossed. See, this is what happened. This one has embossing powder on it. I mean, embossing ink on it. It's all, I don't know. I'm not going to be too rough because I don't want to mess up the delicate nature of the stencil, you know. But yeah, so this one, oh, I think I might have broken it. Hold on. Am I missing a piece somewhere? I had one little piece pop off. Oh, I was saying I wasn't going to be rough, and I think I was. I'll try to be less rough. I don't know where it came from, though. Yikes. Oh, there, right there. I did break it. Oh, bummer. Okay, oh well. Happens to the best of us, right? Okay, so now that we've like kind of been responsible and cleaned up a little bit, let's do some foiling. I think, you guys, that I am going to, more squeaky clean and some Simon supplies. Whoop, whoop. Oh, no. No, not the car. Rose, you guys have been having a rough time. Man. Sorry, you guys. Gosh, that's so frustrating. Have you figured it all out yet? Or is it still kind of like up in the air? Or what's going on? I hope that everything, I hope everything gets back together. That's awful. Wreath Builder Stencil. Hi, Jenny. I do, oh, see, I don't have the turnabout jig. I kind of want to get that. And then I do have the Wreath Builder, but I don't have the Mega Wreath Builder yet. I really want it. Okay, good, Rose. I hope that that works out. I hope you're able to get it. Oh, I hope you'll keep me updated and let me know. Okay, for giggles, I am going to put some paper towel down underneath here. It says you're supposed to spray the pixie spray like 12 inches away, and I'm gonna admit, last night I got a really bad headache after I was using this, and I don't know if it's because I was using this or if it's because I was just sick, but I would definitely recommend to work in a well-ventilated area. I'm gonna move mine off to the side and do it in my splat box, actually, which, do I know where that is? Hold on one second. Oh yeah. Ugh. Okay, so I've got this like used Amazon box that I'm gonna use, and I'm just gonna set it off to the side and spray the stencil with it. So I guess I don't really need that right now. Just so that hopefully I don't get like a headache like crazy like the other last night. Okay, so I just sprayed it. I just did like a really quick coat. Hey, Gyps. And then, okay, so I just sprayed the pixie spray on there. It says to wait a minute. Yeah, let it dry 1 minute. Then press the stencil to the project. Now you are also supposed to hold the can upside down like this and spray it until it just blows out air so that it doesn't clog your nozzle, since this is a glue like adhesive. And I just usually do that over the trash can or in my splat box. Okay, so that just makes it so that it doesn't get clogged. So I would definitely make sure that you do that, just so that your spray continues to work if you're going to use that. Okay, so we put our powder on, but I'm going to be a little more liberal because I've got sticky stuff everywhere. My thing is clogged again, so what I've been doing is I just open it up a little bit and dump some of the stuck powder out. Gosh, now I can't screw the daggone thing back on because it's not really on there all the way. And then now I can spread this powder around, which is kind of overkill. I should really just invest in the bag. I think I'm going to. I like the setup of this, and I like that it's kind of more ergonomic, but man, it clogs constantly. So I don't know. I feel frustrated with it because it's always clogged. Okay, so I think it's been long enough that I can go ahead and flip this over and stick it right on to our cardstock. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's awesome, Kijo. Hello, by the way. Oh, cataloging stamps. Wreath builder, add any sets that have small images. Oh, that's really cool. Hey, Evilise. Daniel's method. Baby powder bottle, puff some on, and there you go. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Okay, so there we go. Our stencil is stuck to, well, I think it's probably because I put so much powder on here, you guys. We are a little powder crazy on this desktop. So let me move this out of the way. So if it doesn't stick all the way, there's probably good reason because it has a ton of powder on it, but it seems like it's stuck pretty well. This stencil is from Simon Hurley Create and Ranger. It should be linked down in the description below if you want to check it out. But yeah, this is it's from Simon Hurley. D, I'm not sure what everyone else is using, but I am using Airtable. My gosh, I couldn't think of the name for a second. Oh my gosh, you guys can see this cord. Hold on. I'm all over the place tonight, y'all. One moment, please. There we go. That's much better. Okay, sorry. If you refresh, there should be a description down there. If there's not, let me know. But here, let me refresh and check. Because I updated it after we started. Yeah, it should be there. But yes. So, yeah, Airtable. That's what I use. Okay, I'm going to use this embossing dabber. Now, I will tell you that I have been rubbing it, and I have been tearing up the little foamy, meshy type piece up here. It's getting kind of like shredded. So probably you're not supposed to rub it. I guess you're just supposed to keep dabbing until you have enough. The reason that I didn't do the dabbing at first is because I felt like I wasn't getting good enough coverage. Like it wasn't coming out enough. As I've used it a little bit more, I find that I'm getting better results, but it seems like if you dab it enough that it actually fills the stencil area, it seeps under and you get kind of like a blurry image. So I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to go ahead and scrub it on. I don't recommend doing that because you're probably going to ruin it. But I've already done that, so I'm just going to keep going. And for the sake of time with hanging out with you guys, I don't want it to take us 12 years to try to ink up this stenciled background. So yeah, we're just going to roll with it. What is what? Trudy, are you asking me what I have? This thing? I'm confused. Oh yeah, Gyps, you can, I have it linked down below from both retailers, from scrapbook.com and Ranger, and also Joggles. Joggles has their stuff too. So I think I have it linked from all three sources, so you can pick whichever one is cheapest. It's all good. But yeah, so, oh, Rose, sorry. Okay, I didn't know what, I wasn't sure who you were talking to, if you were talking to me and I needed to answer a question, or if it was something else, so I figured I would check. Okay, so it looks like we're pretty well inked up. Let's see how we do with the stencil. See, it comes right off, and look, I mean, it's pretty crisp. That's pretty good. Okay, so put the embossing dauber away. I've got a couple spots that are a little bit, but you see what I mean? When I was scrubbing, I got much more crisp stuff. And then up here where I was dabbing, it's all blurry because it went under the lines. I don't know. Oh, the thing, yes, it's called, it's called an embossing dauber. and it is embossing ink in a little dauber form, so you don't have to have like a whole ink pad. You just like turn it upside down and like dab it on. Okay, here we go. So this is the sticky embossing powder from Ranger. Oh, I didn't think about this, you guys. You can't do this. Why didn't anyone tell me? The thing is that because I sprayed that sticky stuff all over this, now the whole background has the sticky stuff on it. And so even though it doesn't have a residue, it still has the moisture from the, that stinks, from the pixie spray. Okay, well, you live and you learn. I could use like a paintbrush or something, but it's gonna look awful. Like we're not gonna get good results because it's like all over the background. I wonder if I could like, let's see if I flick it, does it come off? No. Okay. So now we know if you're going to use embossing powder, don't use the pixie spray. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I definitely did not. So, okay, well, let's try again. Let's use blue. Yeah, for sure. It's so funny, you know, like, I don't know, I just try all this stuff out with you guys, and I probably should plan a little bit better and try things ahead of time. I don't know. But that's kind of some of the fun sometimes, is just like experiencing it all together. Because, you know, if I don't know what I'm doing, then whatever. Oh, maybe it needed to dry longer, maybe. But it was the, it was all over the back. A sponge dauber. There I go, being human again. Sometimes I wonder if you guys would prefer if I had like a better plan when I went live, like if it was less on the fly. So you guys can always give me feedback and let me know if you prefer certain types of lives over others. Okay, problematically, I am gonna need to, before I put this back on, I need to clean the back. Because, hey Angela. Oh, Rose, thank you. I'm just gonna spritz this down with some water and scrub it clean. Get it really nice and dry, just so that hopefully that sticky residue. Oh, cool, Deborah. 2 cans for $18. I think I got mine on scrapbook.com because at the time Christopher was sold out, and I think it was $9. I'm not sure. I only just got it recently, actually. I've only had it for a couple days. It took me a little bit to actually get it out and use it. Also, you guys, this that sprayer that I just used is a fairly new investment to me. Do we watch you because you're organized? I mean, I hope not, because you'd be seriously disappointed. Anyway, that sprayer that I just showed you guys, this one, the Distress Sprayer, this is amazing. It's new to me. I know it's been out for a while, but I never had one until now. And now that I have one, I'm like, man, I've been missing out. Because that thing is awesome. All right, I really hope that this works and now we will have better results, but we will see. The Pixie Spray is not Brutus Monroe. It is Thermoweb. So, yeah, it comes from Thermoweb. On the bottle it says iCraft, but most of Thermoweb stuff says iCraft on it somewhere. So it'll say like iCraft, and then it'll also say Thermoweb. I can show you the bottle again in a second once I'm done with the embossing powder, or the embossing ink and powder and all that. Oh, Gyps, what did you say? Oh boy, oh. Poor Gyps is in trouble with the bot. She's been naughty. Oh, you know, you can't win them all, right? Oh, I shifted my stencil. You guys. Okay, whatever. Let's not spend a million years doing the entire background. This actually could look really cool as a partial background. Let's fly with that. I accidentally shifted my stencil, so I was getting stuff everywhere, but we don't need to emboss the entire background. This will be fine. Okay, there we go. So now at least we're only sticking mostly to the powder. She said, shut up, Nightbot. Oh boy. All right, I got a little bit of stray powder right there. And a little there. Okay, so I want to do my best to try to not have like random bits of stuff anywhere. Trudy, I am not going to the event in August because we are moving in May. So we're going to have a lot of costs coming up from that. And then also my family, my husband's family does Beach Week. And their Beach Week, they've already rented the house, and it is from like the 17th through the 24th in the Outer Banks or something. So like I'll be gone when it starts. So anyway. So I won't be there, but I've heard that a few people. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm just heating up the heat tool. This isn't perfect, but it'll be fine for just testing. We'll see. Just to kind of see our techniques and what works better. All right. And we do have foil ready this time. Hopefully it's enough that I can just plop this right on. Oh, I didn't think about this though. That it's not going to cover all of it. Bad thinking, bad thinking. All right, I'm just going to use like a corner piece of this up here. I know that this is dumb to use like 2-piece, but whatever. So you do want to kind of rub it just a little bit just to make sure. Now I'm doing this pretty gently. You don't want to push hard because it will smush your design. Oh my gosh, you're going to Africa? That's crazy. Wow. That's pretty cool. I've never been to Africa. I've never really been anywhere, if we're being honest. I'm not very well traveled. Oh no, it came right off. Whoops-a-daisies. I'm doing a bad job here, you guys. Let's try a little more. Let's just add that back on there and see what happens. Maybe we can get a little more foil transfer. Oh no, this little Nightbot, he's getting everybody. Only 70. What happened? Oh, Heather. Y'all during free time? I don't know. Oh, something about a link. Uh-oh. Oh, it was a typo. I was like, I don't see a link. Where? Oh, min.drive. I see what it did. Okay. Oh, that little bot. Being sassy tonight, isn't he? That's silly. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to, now that we have, now that we've let it cool down for a little bit, what we're going to do is pass it right through the embossing machine, the die cut machine. I'm going to take this little piece. Uh-oh, these scissors suck. Why am I using these? Let's see. There we go, much better. Oh, except you guys, I'm a hot mess tonight. My goodness. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Look, I took it off of one side and now it's not even over. Oh, well. It is what it is. Okay, so what we're going to do, it's not going to be perfect, obviously, because I've been messing everything up. But what we are going to do is take our embossing plates. So I'm going to use the Cricut. So I'm doing it like I would with an embossing folder, but also adding in this tan embossing mat. Hopefully you can even see that. So I've got 2 B plates and then the tan embossing mat and then my A plate. So that's what I'm going to use to put it through. Boop. Putting it right on there. Oh boy. Okay. Yes, working at my craft room. Oh my gosh, since December. Holy cow. Okay, so I am running this through my die cut machine, like I said, on the embossing folder sandwich setting. We'll call it a setting, even though, well, let's call it a manual setting. How about that? Okay, so now it pushed the design down. So it pushed the foil really hard down into the glue. Because basically, like I was telling you guys before, this is powdered glue. And then you heat it up and it foils. But look at that. So it does smush the design a little bit. So if you have a more intricate design, it's probably not going to look as nice as you want it to. But this is way better than what we were working with before. And that's way faster than what I was trying to do before also. So I think that's the best way we've found so far. Like I said, it's not perfect. It does smush the design a little bit. But I think that's probably the best way. Rather than like trying to do like all the heating and all that stuff, this seems to work pretty well. But yeah, I don't know, I like that. Okay, so that's that. The other thing I wanted to show you guys while I'm thinking about that is we can do some, I'm going to spray the pixie spray on one sheet, and I want you guys to see, because so Christopher did this in one of his lives, and actually maybe I can just use, oh, that's already been used. I was like, maybe I can use this other little piece, because now I have like these weird shaped, now I have I ever used a glue pad? What kind of glue pad? What do you mean? Like a stamping glue pad? I never got the one from Brutus Monroe, if that's what you're talking about. They stopped selling them before I ever got to try one. I'm not sure. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray the, I'm just gonna use this little itty bitty piece here. Oh, Rhea, I'm sorry. I hope that you do feel better by hanging out with us. You know I love having you here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tape my stencil here. Let's use a different, let's just use this one so that we have a different result. That we can do something different than what we have been doing, because I feel like we've been doing the same stencil over and over and over again. Yeah, they stopped selling the glue pad, so I haven't tried it. They don't offer it anymore, unfortunately. Look at this. It's not sticking to my stencil because it's full of glue. Purple tape, you're failing me. It's because my my stencil has stuff all over it. You guys, I'm the worst at cleaning. It has it has like embossing whatever all over it, so it's like not clean. I'm getting frustrated. All right, let's use one that I haven't used before then, with the sticky stuff. I don't think I've used this one with the sticky stuff. So theoretically, wait, let me do my dusting first now that I've got sticky hands all over it. I don't think I've used this one with anything sticky yet, so I need to do a good spa day with my stencils and stuff, because I've been running them pretty ragged. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, now I've got my stencil on there, I'm gonna use the pixie spray, but you guys, I'm gonna do it over to the side in my splat box, but here's the pixie spray. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray it directly over top of the stencil. Now, because this is a dark color paper, it's going to turn it like kind of white. So hang tight one second. Okay, and then like I said, you wanna make sure you hold it upside down and spray it until just air comes out, and so that it clears your nozzle. Oh, good Lord. Okay. And now we've got our little guy back here. Here we go. You can see that it kind of turns it like sort of white-ish. I'm going to take this tape off the back because I don't want the foil to stick to that. All right. Excuse me. I'm going to wait just a second to see, give it a second to like kind of dry. It does smell a little bit, yes. It has like a weird sweet smell. I was saying earlier that I got a really bad headache last night after I used it. It was the first time I'd ever used it. And I don't know if it was because I was using it like right here on my desktop. That's why I have it off to the side in my splat box right now. Is because last night when I was using it, I got a super bad headache. Like really bad. And it was really bad. I don't know if it was from the pixie spray or if it was just because I've been sick and there's other stuff going on, but it was enough that I was kind of just like, better not take that chance again. So yeah, I feel like it has like a weird sweet smell to it. Yeah, fan. Yeah, see, my craft room is in the garage and there are no windows. And there's like no, I have a fan, but like there's not really anywhere for the air to go. Okay, I'm gonna run it through again. So I know that you don't have to do this, but I find that you get better results if you use the die cut machine. You don't have to do this, but I just feel like it sticks much better and you get a crisper foil if you run it through the die cut machine. It just really gets that foil nice and stuck to it. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it works better. Okay. And then we peel it off and now we've got, I don't think I let it dry quite long enough. But we still got really good foil transfer. It's not perfect, but, it's pretty good. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's like the fastest way that I've seen to do it with the pixie spray. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's really neat. Hooray! Now I've got like all these tiny little foiled pieces that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Okay, so there's a whole lot going on my desk right now. But what I was thinking is, do you guys want to, like, I don't know if there's particular things that you guys want to work on, but I was kind of thinking I might use some of the gel printing plates from Ranger and kind of get inky and messy a little bit. Not that I have room on my desk for that, but we're living on the edge. Hold on. There's a little circular one, and then if I can get it open, good grief, there's a middle-sized kind of one, and then there's also this larger one, which is the one that I was working with last night. So yes, I love this thing. It's awesome. Ooh, Kijo, yes. Oh, Heidi, that's a really cool idea. That's a really neat idea. I might have to try that. That's really cool. Okay, so these gel press, well, they're not, okay, let me preface this by saying Gel Press is a brand. Kind of like when you say you need a Kleenex, that's a tissue, but the brand is called Kleenex, but everyone calls it a Kleenex, or, well, I mean, I guess a lot of people call them tissues, but anyway, or like, if you're going to make you're going to Xerox something, Xerox is like a brand, or like you need a Band-Aid, that's a brand. Anyway, Gel Press is the brand. This thing is actually called a gel printing plate. People also call it mono printing. So basically what this is a gelatinous sort of thing. It's made out of like gelatin or something. I don't know. Basically what you do is you put a medium on there, like paint or ink or whatever. You put something onto this little gelatinous sort of plate. And then you use paper to pick up the medium, the paint or whatever you have off of the gel press or the gel plate. Gosh, I got to get that out of my head. I always say gel press, but it's gel printing plate. Or jelly plate. I think that's another brand. But I don't know. Anyway, so you can see that mine is extremely dirty. I think that there's a really bad glare. Sorry about that. It's because it has this thing on on it. Hopefully that makes it a little better. I don't know. This paper that I have here is called, I don't know how you pronounce it, pecan. something. This is the brand. It's True Ray construction paper in white. I just found some at, oh, my mom did, found some at Walmart. The stuff that I get comes in a 9x12 sheet, and I just cut it in half so that I have these 9x6 pieces that I can use to pull my prints off of. Worked really well because my first plate that I got was a 5x8 plate, so I still have that one, and it works perfect. I love it. Okay, so just for reference of kind of like what you can do with these, this is just my roll-off sheet for my brayer. So I'm going to use this side of it today. You can use them with stencils. So here I was working, I just put some paint down, and then I used that Stargazer stencil and plopped the color on that way. Here I used it again with the Stargazer stencil, but with just like a different color. You can do a ton with them. There's a lot of different techniques you can do. Hello, art and crafting lady. If there is another name you would like me to call you, let me know. But yeah, so we've done a whole lot of prints before. So if you, for those of you who are saying you've never seen them before, this is a pile of prints that I've made previously in other videos. So we did galaxy backgrounds once. So there's that. Yes, you can use alcohol inks on them. They do, sorry that these are a little bent. They do stain the plates from what I've heard. This one we did during one of my lives. This one I heat embossed on after the fact. I don't know if you can see that. So I did my printing and then I heat embossed the lace stencil from Brutus Monroe on it. This one was like one of our Easter prints, which is really cool. We've done a ton. We did a rainbow, which I thought was pretty cool. We've done all kinds of stuff, you guys. All kinds of really cool prints that you can do on these. I really thought that one was cool. Art lady. That's funny. Sylvie. Okay, cool. I like that one. See, then there's this one. I think these are super cool, you guys. And then like the possibilities are just endless of the stuff that you can do. Like, look at this one. Gosh, I'm making a giant mess. This one I did by layering different stencils on top of my colors. So you can make like a whole scene. I think this would be a really cute bathroom print. Excuse me. And then like this one that kind of reminded me of like a desert. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know. There's just a ton of stuff that you can do with these, like different stencils. I don't know. They're all so unique. This one I thought was super cool. I don't know why I like this one so much, but I really do. I really like that like honeycomb chicken wire sort of thing. But anyway, yes. So you can see there's like 8 trillion of these prints. Ah, Rose. Oh, Lord. Chat's getting a little saucy. But yeah, so there's a ton. We've done a lot in lives before. I can't believe now that I'm going through this, like how many of these there are. This is nuts. But anyway, oh, I like that one. Okay, so we're going to do some gel press printing. Why not? Gel plate printing. Gosh, I have to stop that. Okay, so I'm going to try to move some of my junk out of the way because I got a whole lot of stuff right here next to me. And to think, I actually had my craft desk clean like yesterday or something, or the day before yesterday. I don't know. Just thinking outside the box. Okay, so this little brayer is from Ranger as well. It is my newer one. I have a larger one, but I'm not sure where it came from. If something that you want is not linked in the description, because I wasn't actually planning on doing gel plate printing originally, but if something you want is not linked down below, if you want to shop for it, I can either get you a link, or if you type in ! and then the brand name or the shop that you're going to shop with or at for it. So like !Ranger, for example, it will bring up a link that will take you right to the Ranger website through my affiliate links if you would like to shop with me that way. Totally up to you guys though. Okay, so I heard somebody say that they liked the circular one and they wanted to see that used, so let's do that. Kijo, yes, I do have a link for joggles, actually. I can type it here for you that you can, hopefully that works. Joggles. Oh, I did miss your question, Rhea. I didn't see it. About cleaning and washing brayers and plates. Can you ask me again, because I did not see it. Oh no, Gyps, I hope that you feel better. I'm sorry that you've been feeling rough. I know it feels like there's a lot of junk going around lately, which is, I felt like we were getting past that time of the year, hopefully, but man, it's been rough. It really has. Okay, so I'm gonna put my little top back on this other one for right now. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use some paint, and I'm probably gonna have to get up, not really get up, but like turn around and like be reaching for paints and stuff because I don't have a ton out right now, but I will do what I can. I'm working on getting more better paints, like nicer quality paints, but I do have a lot of these like just generic craft store paints, like Craft Smart and Apple Barrel and things like that. They work okay, but some of mine are really old, so the consistencies are really bad. How do you clean, wash the brayers and plates? It depends on who you ask, because some people will say you absolutely never wash them because that's part of the best, like that's the best part. Like you see on here, all this junk, it's gonna pick up the next time I pull a plate. Some of this stuff is gonna come up on my print and it will look really cool and distressed, and you get extra colors and textures that you like didn't just put down. So that's really, really cool. And yes, I think you can clean it with just water, and a baby, like you could use a baby wipe, you can use whatever. You can use like mild soap and water and that would be totally fine. Now I've never used this small one before. This is my first time using it. So we should be prepared that I'm probably going to use like way too much paint. But you know, we'll do the best we can. Let's see, and then let's put this little guy down here. Just a dot of white. Okay. Brayer pops apart. Yes. Okay, I say that with whatever because I'm like a big perfectionist and I don't like having mess everywhere. And so sometimes I do want to clean my plates and that's totally fine. It's just personal preference. Okay, so I guess I can't really do that because this one, all right, this little brayer has these little feet that you can use. So when you're done, you just flip it over and set it like that so that it's not resting flat on your tabletop. But then you can't use the other side, which is kind of whatever, but oh well. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, which this is what I was talking about with the paint being not great. This particular navy paint, I don't know what happens with it, but it gets all sorts of messed up and I feel like it never works quite right. So I'll try to add a little bit back onto the top here in a minute. But oh well. All right, so you'll see me over here. I'm just like rolling off the color on a scrap piece of paper, and that just helps me get rid of excess paint that I don't want. And now I'm picking up too much paint because I'm taking too long. So I'm kind of starting to get like not great. Anyway, if you wait too long, the paint starts to dry and then you don't get as good of a result when you try to pull your print because there's not as much color. It'll be too dry. Now I'm putting too much paint on the top. I don't know. This particular, see, it's not spinning because now I have too much paint. Ugh. I'm not setting a very good example for those of you who have never seen this before. It's hard because I don't want to go too far, but also because I'm trying not to overlap the colors too much is what my problem is. This is not going to be a perfect print by any means, or a perfect blend is more so what I'm talking about. It's not going to look perfect. We're going to pull it anyway, just because I want you guys to see what it looks like. But it might look like a cool ocean sort of feel. Now this is a giant piece of paper for this tiny little gel press. You don't have to do it like this, but you can also turn it over this way, and just make sure that you get a really nice coverage. I had too much paint here. You can see it's kind of like bleeding out the side. That's okay. It'll be fine. So here we're gonna go ahead and just peel it right off, and you can see that it transfers that color. Now since we had the lighter bits down here and the parts where it was kind of bubbling up a little bit, it sort of gives you kind of like a different texture, which is really neat. But you can see down here I had too much paint. My colors didn't really overlap very well, but I think this is a learning curve for me because I've never used this tiny little plate either. So we'll keep experimenting. Oh, it kind of does look like a scene. Yeah. Oh, you know what would be really cool? You could use this on a card front and then just put your little critter like surfing on the waves or whatever. And then you just have that as your center focus for the card. That could be cool. That'd be really cute. Oh, mountains. Yep. You guys have I feel like everyone thought it looked like mountains. Okay, so the other thing that you can do, let's not use this navy because it seems like it sucks a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of black. Those of you who have watched me before know that I really like to use my black. It's like my go-to color. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. So I've got kind of a lot going on as far as paint goes, but that is okay. When you've got too much paint, you just take it over to your little rub-off, brayer-off sheet, and you can get it off. That way you do want to have a pretty thin layer of paint. When you have too much paint, it sort of just slides around, and it doesn't, you can't really roll your brayer very well. You can see that I don't know what's going on here. See, it's like taking off the color instead of, I don't know if, I'm like looking at the side of my brayer to see if like maybe it got kind of like gunked up or something, but it looks like it should be okay. I'm not really sure. Now I'm getting my hands all inky. That's what scissors are for, cutting out the sections we don't want. Yes! Hold on. I'm gonna put just like a dot more on here. I should have stopped. That is not a dot. That is a lot of paint. I should have stopped earlier when I was fairly happy with it, but you know me, I can't ever leave anything alone. All right, let's stop while we're ahead. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is on the other side over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and plop that down. Oh, fairy stuff. That would be cute. To go with the little fairy gardens. Okay, so, this is, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but see how it pretty much cleaned off the plate? But we've got a little bit of blue in there. You can see some of my brayer lines, but that's fine. Okay, so now, so you can lay down a single color. You can also take a stencil. Let me grab a stencil. Hold on. I've got like a giant pile of stencils down here at the bottom. Ooh. Okay. I definitely want to use this one tonight, but I think it's a little big for this project. Okay, I want to use this one here. A name. Yes, there really is no waste. It's kind of awesome. I really like this whole, this has been a struggle for me to learn how to do this stuff, but I think it's really super cool. Okay, so we just did this black one, right? Now we're gonna put white down. And I'm gonna use this as the same design. I'm gonna make sure my paint is pretty well rubbed off. I think I just have to figure out what the right amount of paint is for this little circle, because I am not used to using this circle. This is new to me, and I feel like I can't get a feel for how much paint to use, because it feels like I'm either using like way too much or not enough. So you can do stuff like this to like get texture in it. So that kind of reminds me of like birch trees or something, which I think is kind of cool. I'm going to leave that in there, and then I'm going to put this right over the top like this. Now, you can either try to line it up like this and figure out where to go, or since this is a small one, we can actually flip it over and use it kind of like a stamp, like so. And then you can just line it up right over top, like that. And then you can flip it or press it or however you want to do it, but you can just press it down like this. And then now we've got that cool pattern in just the white over top. So now you've got like a really cool texture there. I think that's really neat. Now you've got this other one that you can add on top of something else. So like, for example, you don't even have to keep using it on the circle ones. I can take, let's see, do I have another background over here somewhere? You can take, trying to find like a less busy background before my stuff gets too dry. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so now you've got the residual white. It's probably going to be a little bit too dry right now. So what I'm going to do is just take it and spray it with a little bit of water, like that. And then I can add it to my other print. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way so I can kind of see where I'm putting it. But like I could just add it, I don't know, right here. Because it is wet, I sprayed it with kind of a lot of water. It is going to bleed a little bit, but that's okay. If this was a different color, you'd be able to see it a little bit better. I could probably like huff on it maybe a little bit, but possibly, yeah. But yeah, you can just put them on wherever you want. I'm not doing anything with these, so adding just a little bit of extra texture on some of these is really cool, because then you kind of build up that texture and layer and stuff. But now you've got that contained in that circular pattern. I don't usually make my own stencils, but that's just because I'm lazy. My name is Jess, by the way. For anybody who's watching who doesn't know who I am Jess, a card day's work. Excuse me. Sorry. And also for those who don't know, I'm recovering right now from a cold, a really nasty cold. And it's got some residual yuck. I'm also opening a drink right now. Forgive the sound of the crack. I've never heard of Barbara Gray, so I don't know who that is. I can definitely check her out, but I got my gel press after I went to Creativation this year, because I actually took a gel press class while I was there with some certified gel press teachers, and they were really great, and I made a really cool piece of art, and I was really excited about it, so I decided to get one. I don't know. I like it. Anyway, I think that's super cool. You can use this for a whole variety of different things. I like the circle one a lot. I think that that's going to get a lot of use because you can use it more like a stamp. I have also heard, you guys, let's try something really quick, because I've heard that you can use these to mirror your stamps. Not that one. Let's try our little squirrel from the Simon Says Stamp. I'm not Simon Says Stamp, good Lord. The Simon Hurley Create Trampoline Friends stamp set that we used a little while back. Ooh, see, Heather knows. I gotta try this. I've seen people say that you could do it, but I haven't tried it. All right, here we've got an acrylic block. Can I use any kind of ink? Is that fine? Let's try it. All right, I'm just gonna use some extreme black. I have no idea what I'm doing, so this is just a test. I'm gonna put it down right onto the block. There it's stamped. And then now I can turn it over. Now I don't want to smush it around too much because I don't want it to get all blurry. That's pretty cool. There you have it. I feel like you get a better impression than you do with the acrylic block methods. And like you guys saw that was like super fast. I could probably get better results if I spent a little more time trying to make it more perfect. But yeah, well, let's do one more. Although it's probably going to, let's see if I can get it in the same spot. You guys know I'm bad at this. It's a little bit off. Probably if I hadn't, oh yeah, now it's all kind of like doubled up, but that's okay. Anyway, so I can play around with that and see, you know, what works best. And I don't know, that's pretty cool. That's a good trick to have up the sleeve. Oh, yes, that live was the best. I had a blast on that one. I think you guys were hilarious. Woo! Okay, well that's cool. Less slipping with the press versus the stamp. I'm not sure what you mean, the egg poop. You and that poop in the egg. I don't even know what to do about you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some larger scale gel plate. You guys, I can't. Gel plate printing. Get it right. Is this the side that has the stuff? I think it is. Yeah, okay. I always want to make sure I choose the right side. The correct side, I should say. Okay, so I did really like this color, so I definitely want to use that again. I always use my white. I'm going to try to pick out a few colors. I'm also going to use my larger brayer so that we have easier time with it. And then I'm also just going to like grab my whole little thing of paints that I have here and set it off to the side so that I can choose colors a little bit easier. I did not even type, oh my god, laughing like so hard. Your phone wants you to be a millennial. Okay, so let's see, let's do, I like that color with this. All right, I want to kind of do a couple really pretty like blues and greens, I think. Now with the bigger stuff, it's actually really cool because you can use more paint, but you can get, oh yes, Trudy, yes, I totally get that, yeah. You can use more paint and you get like, I don't know, I feel like you have more room with the brayer to mix things around so you get cool results. I really like this. I'm going to put my little brayer to the side and I'm going to use my larger brayer. Now this one is dirty, so who knows what's going to happen with this, but we will see. All right, I'm going to start down here and I'm just going to kind of go like this for now so that my colors sort of overlap. Now this is kind of a lot of paint, but we'll figure it out. That's actually kind of a lot of paint. Let me get one more. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it's kind of wet, so. All right, let's try this. All right. Yeah, I put a lot of paint on this. So you guys know, the more paint you use, the more like thick it's going to appear on your surface, and also the more the longer, not the more, the longer it's going to take to dry. So just keep that in mind when you are applying paint. It's okay to use more paint. There's like no rule against using more paint. So don't ever feel like, oh, I can't do this. It's, you know, I can't pull the print. I have too much paint. You can always pull the print. You're just going to get different results. If you have blobs of paint, they're going to squish out. It will take longer to dry. But there's nothing wrong with using it still. You can totally still do that. If you brayer the ink on the big one and then put the small one on the big one, transferred from the round small one to the paper. I have to read that again. Okay, you guys, this is exactly what I was talking about. How stinking cool is that? So we didn't put any of these other colors down, right? All we did was the 3 colors. We did the white, the green, and the turquoisey color. And look at all of that we have. How pretty is that? It's like a work of art. And it took me like 5 seconds, and the trash from my last time. I think that is so pretty. I really like that one. But yeah, you can see that you pick up like all the colors from the last time I was doing it and like random bits of paints. I like that a lot. Okay, I wonder if you brayer the ink on the big one, then put the small one on the big one, and then transferred from the round small one to the paper. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yes. So, like use this one as a stamp from this one. So put the ink on here, put this one down, and then pull my print off of the little one. Is that what you mean? How barbaric, it says. Lord have mercy, that bot. Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out. I thought I saw his last hack video, but maybe I didn't watch it very well. Okay. Let's do another one. Now, because I was going to try to do some stenciling on this, but I kind of don't want to because it's so pretty. I don't want to do anything to it. I like it. Okay. So, let's do... I'm trying to pick some colors, you guys. That's the hard part. Yeah, you're a barbarian, Trudy. Nightbot says what it wants. It's true. All right, let's do, we've got that purple. Let's do, kind of like a pink. If I can get it to come out. Ah! Oh no! I squeezed too hard. That's not gonna work. Normally I wouldn't do this, but it's craft store paint. I don't really care that much. If it was more expensive, I would have used it for something else, but I don't really care. All right, let's use this. Now, for whoever said that I need a smaller brayer, I have a smaller brayer. I'm just not using it right now because, ooh, you guys, look how it's like mixing with the turquoisey color. That's so pretty. Anyway, I'm not using it right now because I wanted the bigger space to be covered a little easier. I really like this. I don't know why, but this is like really pretty to me. It's like a strange mix of colors. Hopefully I don't get paint all over my sleeves. Oh well. It won't be the end of the world, but you're so lost. What do you mean you're lost? Okay, I want to, Sylvie, but I don't have any yet. I was mentioning a little bit ago that I'm like trying to, oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. And look at it. It's so pretty. Ah! How gorgeous is that? I don't know, you guys might hate that, but I think that is so pretty. Anyway, I don't use them yet, but I want to. This is my very first Dina Wakley paint. I just picked one up. That's my first one. I wanted to try it out, and I do like the texture. Ooh, on sale. I do like a good sale, you know. I'll have to check that out. I think that is so pretty. So now we've got this one and this one. I think that these are really, really cool. Ah, that's so, so dreamy. Oh no, you're answering things from like 10 minutes ago. Oh no. That's okay. It happens to all of us. Okay, so let's put down, let's see. What do I want to do here? I think picking colors is my hardest thing. That's the hardest thing for me to do, is just pick a color. Oh yeah, try refreshing the stream too. Yep, that might help. Okay, so we've got a nice turquoisey color, and let's use some more purple, because why not? Because all these colors are working so well together. I'm really, really digging all of this. And I'm just sort of like blending the colors together. Like I'm trying not to get them like really blended, but sort of kind of distributing the color everywhere so that it's like uneven. And it gives us that really cool effect. Now, oopsies. Whoops. Now I'm going to lay this down here, and we can take, run my face so much. Oh gosh, Trudy. So now what's gonna happen is, because this is a white piece of paper and we're putting the stencil over it, we're only gonna get the like negative image or the negative space pieces, and there's gonna be a completely white background, except for the sides where the stencil is bigger. It's gonna have stuff. But see this? So now you've got like only the color popping through on the places where the stencil was showing through, since you're covering up part of that paint. But then see, now you've got like this really cool outline or pattern on it, which I think is really cool. And then of course on the outside, because the stencil, my paper is bigger than the stencil. So that happens. But I think that's really super neat. Then you can take the stencil off. You can do a couple different things. You could try to pull a print, like, or put this directly onto something and pull the print, or like, or basically just use it as a stamp kind of. And then you can also pull another print with the ghost image, I think they call it. Life of a crafter, amen. I always want something else after watching people's videos, it's true. The other thing you can do is, if you don't want to just pull this, so like let's say you don't want to layer this over something else. Sorry about the glare, you guys. It's my overhead light is ridiculous. In my next craft room, I'm definitely going to have to work on that. Better lighting setup so that you don't have that. Pull that off the plate, please. So what I'm going to do is, instead of just pulling this, I'm going to wait a minute for it to dry a little bit. Can like help it along a little bit, but I'm going to wait for it to dry a little bit. I'm going to put another paint color on top so that we get a really cool transfer, and I'll pull all of it off at once because I think that'll look really cool. But we need to decide what color we want to use for that. So let's think about that while we are sitting here. We can do, I think probably like a cool darker color would look nice. Like we could do black, or we could do, I don't know. I mean, black might be really cool. Or a gray maybe, but I want to have something that will pop really nicely against this light colors. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Do you prefer Jennifer or Jen? I think you signed your email Jen, but I always called you Jennifer because that's what your name showed. But you tell me what you like. I would say that I would use navy, except that my navy sucks. I need to get a new navy. So once I get navy, either is fine. Okay. Going with lamps, overhead lighting. Oh. I hate the overhead lighting, I'm gonna be honest, because it always puts this glare directly on my surface, which is annoying. For those wondering what in the heck I'm doing, I am just trying to dry this part down here. Because if it's wet, the paint will mix. If it's dry, then you will get the layers on top of one another. So you want to make sure that your plate is completely dry before you move on. In the dining room, there are outlets all up and down the walls at 3 different levels. Oh no, that does seem crazy. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good. We look pretty dry. So let's go ahead and put on some black. Here we go. Hope for the best, right? And I'm just going to do this up and down the whole thing. I'm not actually going to pull a print that's this large, but it will at least kind of get me back to square one when I go to try to pull something else next time. Let's do kind of like more down here a little bit, like right there or so. And this is all personal preference, you guys, of what you like best, like what section of the gel printing plate you choose to print on, what size gel printing plate you choose to use. It's all just whatever you like best. There's all kinds of different sizes and stuff, so oh my gosh, this is so cool. Look at that. So see, now you've got that stencil outline pattern on there. I think that's really cool. And now it's got that light pattern. So see, it's a good thing we picked the dark color because then the light shows up a little bit better. I think that looks really cool. That's super neat. I like stuff like this so much. What happened? What do you mean, Bee? Okay, so let's see. What else can we do? What else? I kind of want to, hold on one second. I had some other pieces that I wanted to kind of like pull stuff off of. So I've got some that I can add more stuff to. I don't know yet. What else? What else? Not those ones. I really like those ones the way they are. I have like a giant pile of junk on my desk, you guys. It's the worst. Okay, I definitely want to use this stencil. Also, this is a Dina Wakley stencil. I really like this one a lot. It's so pretty. Look at that. That's going to be so cool. Okay. Ooh, we could use it on top of this one. I wonder what color we would use, though. Trying to think. Something bright to like help brighten it up a little bit. We could honestly go back to that, like pull out the turquoise from it. Let's do that. That's gonna be cool. I'm like running out of space. I'm like the messiest crafter ever. Okay, this is a more appropriate amount of paint, you guys, for this space. Oh, orange. That would have been really cool. I should have done that. Okay. And then I'm just gonna pop it right down on here. And it's okay if it's not exactly lined up. It like really doesn't matter. Whoops. That's what I get for trying to do something. Hopefully our print doesn't get too messed up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's so cool. Look how bright and vibrant that is. That's crazy. So then now you keep building up the different layers and then you get that really cool texture in the background. And you kind of feel sometimes like, well, what was the point of putting all of that on there if you're just going to cover it up? But you really couldn't, I don't know, you couldn't replicate this in a shorter fashion, I feel like. It's just really, really cool. Okay, so we've got that one. And then now, let's see. I'm trying to see like what else. We've got a couple different things here that we can use. Honestly, we can just pull it on a plain background if we want to. So like, look how cool that is. That's so neat. I really love this stencil. Okay, this stencil is called Cellular. If you'd like to get it through my links, I think I got it at scrapbook.com, either there or Ranger. So here's scrapbook.com. It's obviously from Ranger, but I think I might have gotten it when I did a scrapbook.com one. But yeah, I really, really like this stencil a lot. It's new to me. I didn't have it before, so this is brand new to my stash. Try orange. Okay, I was going to do purple, but I can definitely do orange. Hold on. I've got kind of like a tropical orange, and then I have like an orange. Not that one. Okay, so do we want bright neon traffic cone orange or this tropical sort of peachy orange? I think the peachy orange might look really cool. I don't know. Half and half. Half of both of them, so a little bit on, oh, tropical, okay. I was like, wait, what? All right, here we go. You like my sound effects when I put on my paint? That's probably too much paint. I'm still learning, you guys. Still learning. Hi, Mark. Good to have you tonight. I'm just gonna cover this whole bad boy. Anyway, so you guys like my sound effects when I put the paint on? It's really cool. Oh. Okay. Oh, half was for purple and half was, okay. Brown, pink, and white. Yes, I can. I think I have all those colors. My stash of paint is not super great, but I think I do have at least some shade of those colors. Okay, no problem, Trudy. I got a little close to the edge on this one. Woo. Ooh. Now I'm getting like crazy color transfer because I've got that black still on there. What? It's just so cool, the different effects that you can get. I don't know, that's really crazy. Like, these make some really cool mixed media backgrounds, and honestly what I have been planning to do is cut up a bunch of them and use them in my art journal as my base or background pages, and then I can just build on top of them. That way, if I need, like if I want to make a quick page and I don't have time to like get all inky and do all this stuff, then I can just put my page in and then build on top of that page that's already kind of started, and it sort of gets rid of the blank canvas thing, you know, where you don't have to worry about all of that. Oh yeah, it does. I feel like it needs something else too. We can definitely add something to it. We've got more. We've got a lot more. Like actually, we have, I want to use this stencil at some point today. This one is Star Script. It's a dilution stencil, so I want to use that one at some point. We've got a whole bunch going on. I got a lot of stencils. Like a lot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to pull off of this side because I want to clean my plate a little bit. So I'm not really worried about this background, so I'm just going to kind of pull part of this on the bottom over here. Because I want to get some of this stuff off the sides because it's kind of building up there since we're not using it as much. But you see now I've got that color there. Then I could come back in over here and kind of line it up like, okay, that one ends. So then line it up like right there. Anyway, you can kind of just use your own trash, basically. As someone else more eloquently said, there's no waste. But, you know, you just use the leftovers from what you had before and you get some really cool buildup and color transfer and stuff. Like, see, this stuff is awesome looking, in my opinion. Okay, so we wanted to use pink and brown and white, I believe, were the colors. So there's white, we have pink, and I think that my one brown is gross, so we don't have the best color brown. I also have like a more hot pink. Yes. All right, so I have khaki, which is not the best, but my other brown, my darker brown, got messed up. So here we are. All right, but what we can do, come on. This is the one that squirted out like a ton of paint earlier, so I don't want to, boop. I don't want to use too much. Ugh. It's going to end up being a whole lot of paint, but it's fine. I know it is a big gel press plate, but still. Okay, and I don't need to go all the way. Oh, Vay, that does not sound super fun. I hope you're getting some time to relax now. My goodness. We're going to be doing a whole lot of that kind of stuff soon, as we're going to be moving in like, I don't know, 6 weeks or so, I think. I'm not ready. I am not ready. I mean, I'm ready for all of it to be done, but I am not ready to do all of that. The packing and the planning and all of that. That one looks kind of crazy. We've got like a lot more of the turquoise down here than I was intending. And some really weird muddy sort of mess down here. A small soup thermos you didn't even remember. That's awesome. I feel like that happens a lot to me, that I find stuff that I didn't even remember I had. I'm like, what even is this? Let's see. What I think I want to do is I'm going to add some stuff to this one that we just did. Actually, I know that this looks kind of weird, but it almost looks like, you know, you've got like, you could have like water down here and then like the beach or something and then the sunset, or I don't know. Although that doesn't really make sense because usually the water comes after. Anyway, I've got some shelf liner here that you can use to make texture. So you can lay that down in the paint. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That would be really nice. Andrew's in the reserves though, so they probably would like not help us. We don't get all of the benefits. We get some benefits, but not a whole lot. Okay, so I wish I had a darker brown, but alas, I do not. Let's see. Trying to think of like what color I can use that would go nicely with this stuff. I've also never, oh wait, this is chalkboard. Wait, does this make it so you can write on a chalkboard? Blah, 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 rubbing chalk. Okay, that actually is like, no, I don't want to use that. That is to make a chalkboard, not to have it look like chalk. So let's not do that. Let's use like some sort of bright color. I think that will be kind of cool. So let's go through, I'm going to try something. Whoops. So if you ever get anything on your gel press like this, you do want to make sure that you get it off, because little things like this can mar the surface of your gel press. And while that is cool sometimes because it can give you like a neat texture, it will make it so that your print has the same like little notch every time you make a print or whatever. It'll be in the same spot, which is, in my opinion, not great. But again, personal preference. Some people like that. Just depends on what you like, I guess. But there's something on my brayer, because I don't know if you guys can see, there's like these little, yeah, see, something there. Okay. It was like making a mark on my surface there. Okay, so using the yellow, I think I'm going to use this chevron pattern. Ah! The only thing I don't like about this stencil is it is really bendy and it moves a lot. And so when you try to get it on quickly, it's kind of difficult. So I'm just overlaying, I don't know, whatever the word is. I am layering this stencil over top of my paint and then plopping my paper into it. Dawn, the paper that I'm using it's Pacon is the brand. Pacon, I think. Pacon, I'm not sure. Ooh, fancy. Pacon, I guess. I'm not really sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's called True Ray construction paper. And it comes in 9x12 size, and I cut it down to 9x6 so that I can use it for my gel press or gel printing plates. No, it is not watercolor paper. It's basically construction paper. I don't want to use that one because it will get too messy. We could use this one maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to see which of my designs I might like. Bacon, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest. Okay, so I'm really mad that my navy stinks so much because I would like to be able to use that with this yellow. But just for giggles, because this is not really a color combination I would normally put together, I'm going to use that turquoise again and see what it looks like if I layer that with the yellow. Because basically what's going to happen is now it's going to look like the turquoise is underneath, and then the yellow will be yellow chevrons on top of that, which is pretty cool. So we shall see what that looks like. Let's go. I'm running out of paper. I can just use more, no big deal. But I'm running out of paper that's already cut to the size we want. All right, here we go. Now there is something to be said for my other size gel, the actual gel press. It was a little too dry, I think, but that's okay because it still kind of turned out looking cool. That's neat. And then look, you can see like down here, we've got some of that other stencil still. It's really cool how you can pick up these random other bits of stuff. And then like up here, you've got kind of like this distressed sort of look from a couple of those other pieces that we did. It's just really cool. I like it a lot. Ooh, paint pouring. Okay, so I think the problem with my paint is that it's too thin. And I don't know why that is because I've been shaking it like crazy and I don't know what's going on, but it does not work well. I wanted to add some of this other stuff. I'm just gonna be like adding random junk to this one as we go to kind of like help clean things up a bit, like random stripes of color just because I can. No particular rhyme or reason, just sort of adding it as we go. I think it's kind of neat. Add baby powder to the paint to thicken it. I never really thought of that. That's cool. Okay, whoa. So I like to do some off-white. That's really cool, Evilise. I'll have to look into that because that poor navy paint, I don't know what the deal is, but it's had a rough go. So this one is just kind of like an off-white sort of color. Doesn't really have much tint to it. It's not a true white, which is actually really nice in my opinion. It's called Antique Parchment because it's fancy. Or starch. Okay, well that's good to know. My poor little nose is so stuffed up. Whew. Ooh, you see, I really love the off-white. Oh, because it really lets the other colors shine, but then it is not true white, so you get a really rich color. I think that is so cool. I don't know what you guys think about this stuff, but I always really, really like this. That's so cool looking. And the cool thing about this, you guys, is you could cut these down and get like at least 2 backgrounds out of it, but an ink pad holder? I'm not sure what you mean, Mark. Excuse me. Gosh, my sinuses are starting to catch up to me. I might have to head off soon because my poor sinuses are rebelling. They're like, you have talked long enough, Jess. You have talked long enough. Oh well. Once again, just going to pull off some of this random stuff. Like, look at that. That's crazy. It's pulling off a bunch of a bunch of different stuff. I don't know, it's just so cool. That's so neat. I love this. It looks so cool. Ice block light. I don't have an ice block light. I don't know what that is. Sounds cool. Okay, so I've got, I'm going to use the backs of these ones that I was, okay, these two that I used before, I was just using to cover something up so that I don't know, I had a stencil in the middle and then I was using them to cover up. So I'm just going to use the backs of them. And then I'll probably have to call it a night because my poor sinuses are not doing so hot. All of a sudden, they're getting really bad. Okay, so I'm trying to think what we can do to pick up some of these really pretty colors on here because they're super gorgeous. I've also got like a million stencils, so there's that. Kind of want to use this one. Maybe a light green. Okay, I can do that. So this one is called Star Script. I actually got this one at Tuesday morning. It's so pretty. Okay, let's do our green and the off-white. Yeah, okay. And our off-white. Bloop. Well, this is going to be really cool because, yep, it's going to transfer just a hint of that green there. It's going to look really pretty. There we go. So now we've got kind of like a better mix. Okay, we're gonna pull this one first. A Christmas nut. Received a decorated ice block, a stained glass poinsettia. That sounds neat. Oh my gosh, it's so light. This stencil is really small. It didn't pick up most of the star stuff. That's interesting. Well, that'll be kind of a weird, that'll be a weird transfer. Huh. Well, okay. Let's do this. It's still quite a bit wet though. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why it didn't really transfer very well. It wasn't like dry or anything because it's actually still wet right now. So I don't know what that was about. I'm just trying to like dry this a little bit. Sorry if this is causing anyone to get like whiplash or anything. I don't really know what this looks like. I'm like moving really fast right in front of the camera, so sorry in advance. All right, I'm just gonna put some like hot pink on here. Is that what I want? No, maybe I want purple. I'm gonna use purple. I was gonna do pink, but hey Tracy, I know we're almost at the end now because my poor sinuses are starting to get real upset with me for being on. But yeah, so Mark, I'm not sure. So I've made an ink pad holder myself, but I just used foam board from the Dollar Tree and cut like some grooves and stuff in it so that they interlocked and made like little container things or whatever, but I never did any sort of video on it or anything. Yeah. Oh, Tracy, so I have actually been sick. So that is part of my problem is I am not over whatever I had. Empty your trash cans before they come. I don't think, hey Belinda, I don't think that they will move us because we are only in the reserves. Okay, well, I like the colors, but the stars, again, didn't really transfer. So I'm not sure what the deal is with this particular stencil or with the colors. I don't know. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but not really a whole lot. Oh, thanks, Tracy. I don't know. That's really strange. A little weird, but okay. I'm not really sure what happened there. Odd. That's really odd. Okay. So let's do one last thing. I want to, let's see. I want to try this stencil again and see if maybe, I don't really know. I'm a little confused. Serious allergy problems, oh no. I'm a little confused about this color, I don't know. I don't know what happened, like why that stencil, if this, whoa, I went right off the edge of my table there. Did you see that? Well, probably not, because I'm kind of off the edge there. Let's try it again and see what happens. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this same one that we just did right on top. Maybe we took too long the last time, but I don't know. I'm getting paint all over myself. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got some stars that time. I don't know. Still, some of them didn't transfer, but we at least got some. No, because I'm using different paint. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't know. This particular stencil didn't really transfer super well. So let's go ahead and just pull this one while we're here. Ooh, that's cool. So that worked a little bit better. I don't know what happened the last time with that. For whatever reason, the last time, it really didn't work super well. But that one looks cool. That looks pretty neat. I'm happy with that one. And now we've got some cool similar colors around the outsides from when we pulled the last print, so that's neat. I like that. All right. So it wasn't a total waste. At least there's that, right? And then I'm going to try to pull some of this stuff off here too. Just to kind of get a little bit... Oh, Molly, that's okay. I'm actually about to head off for the night because my allergies are getting the best of me. But I was trying to like kind of clean up my plate a little bit. But we've been doing a few gel printing plate pulls, mono printing. But yeah, so we did a few tonight. This one I've just been kind of like picking up my excess ink with, or excess paint with and whatever. But it looks pretty cool. We just did this one. We got some stars, some really cool distressed sort of looking ones, which I think is really neat. I liked this one a lot. This one I did not make tonight. I'm going to set that over there. Some cool stripes. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. There's some cool stuff going on over here. Some things that I can definitely build upon and make more prints with, which is always really cool. So like if you're not happy with something when you first start, yeah, we made this one tonight too. If you're not happy with something when you first pull the print, just do it again. And then this one. I think these two might be my favorites, and they're like some of the first ones that we did. Like, look how cool that is. Ah! These ones are so cool. Like, I feel like this could be like a print in a doctor's office or something. Like, how cool is that? I just think that that's really neat. I don't know. It looks like a really cool watercolor painting or something that someone spent a lot of time on, and I didn't, and that makes me happy. Oh, thanks. You guys are so sweet. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. I hope you do get it tomorrow, and happy early birthday. That's so awesome. I wish I would have known that before I sent the card. I could have sent a happy birthday card. All right, you guys. Well, I think it is time for me to head off since my sinuses are starting to act up quite a bit. But I will at the latest be back on Monday. I do teach a class at my local Joann on Friday, so I won't be able to come on, but maybe over the weekend. I'm not really sure. I do have some fun videos coming up for you guys, so stay tuned. Also, on Saturday, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I will be on Saturday. Don't listen to me. I'm a crazy person. You guys, on Saturday, because this is the week of the live stream, you guys, on Saturday, make sure you tune in if you can, because I will be live from 1 p.m. Eastern Time to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So in the middle of the day, that's totally random for me. But it is a 24-hour live streaming event called A World of Heart. And if you go to my channel, you should see the video scheduled. It's already there. So like you could load it now and wait until Saturday if you wanted, and the lobby will be there the whole time. But yeah, so it's a live streaming event for those of you who haven't heard about it. It is on the 30th through the 31st, so it's 24 whole hours of people live streaming art creating. So basically what's going to happen is Tiffany Solorio, who is hosting it, will go live first. She will be live for an hour, and then she will hand it off to the next person who will be in her video description, and then so on and so forth until everyone has gone and we've been live for a whole 24 hours. Obviously, you don't have to be there for the entire 24 hours, but as long as you can or want to is always appreciated for all of the creators who are participating. I will be live, like I said, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., so I hope that you guys will tune in and create with me. And then I will hand it off to the next person. There are prizes to win, so every single person has a giveaway on their channel. I will be giving away a $25 gift certificate to Brutus Monroe. So if you'd like to win that, it will be randomly given away during the live stream. So be sure to tune in for that. Okay, so I will see you guys on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 10 a.m. Pacific Time. But yeah, I'm really excited. So I can't wait to see you guys all again really soon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I love you all